It's true, you don't always know where God's going to place you. The places you don't want to be is where you end up, and the places that you want to be, you're glad that you didn't arrive there. And I never would have dreamed that I would have been pastoring right here on Broadway in Patterson on a main street. I think the church was pretty much just disconnected and not really visible in the community. But this was a church that obviously had potential. There were gifts here, there were resources here in terms of people, but I think that people were very just not guided. I don't think they were prepared. We were just trying to clean up a mess. That's all we were doing. And as we were cleaning it up, we weren't visioning for the future. We weren't doing two things at once. When we were in the midst of all of that, the leadership community came about. And when that came about, some members thought that maybe it wasn't a good investment. Someone would say, wow, we're having people go to Dallas, but you know, there's paint falling off the walls and in the midst of these tax problems and we owe this. We should not be doing this. Apostle Paul thanked one church greatly because in their poverty, they gave. And I told that to the congregation, to the consistory, and they agreed that we would, in our poverty, make a investment. We would sow. And it was probably one of the most important things that we've done since I've been here in terms of the growth of the church.
I knew that God had a plan for Faith Chapel. What was going to be that plan, we had no idea yet. But we were excited to go to see what God would want us to do next.
The leadership community helped us to, in the midst of everything, to think big, dream big, vision big, and admit where we're stuck at, admit where we failed at.
I love the fact that we can develop a plan, if you will, of some of the thoughts and ideas that we were thinking about doing for Faith Chapel, that God actually had us, write out these plans, write out a mission statement. Some people even have found that they're gifted in other areas that they can serve in as well.
We brought the whole process of the leadership community, we brought it back to Faith Chapel. And we decided that we would have our own leadership community within the church. Let's go back and model the entire process from beginning to end, to music, to the way they gave us snacks, to how we served lunch, which produced great fruit. We were able to make people feel like they were a part of everything in the church.
We were able to show people or allow people that, this is not just about me or the four of us that were chosen to go. It's about Faith Chapel entirety, and you are just as important to us and to God in fulfilling that plan.
I think when people have been poured into and they have the opportunity to lead and to step into what God is asking them really to lead into, I feel like there's a part where something inside of them comes alive. Not only what they're gifted to do that comes alive, but I think the people around them come alive, and I think the environment around them comes alive. And there's something about that I think really lives into what the kingdom is supposed to be and what it should look like. I think we start to see glimpses of heaven here on earth.
Did not know it would have that kind of impact and reverberate through the congregation. And I think they knew it was worthwhile us going down there when they were invited in the process. Coming from the leadership community, we go out on the lawn and we grill hot dogs, hamburgers, and we offer it to the community. But we also stand on the corners of the church and on the Broadway and Patterson, the main street, and we invite people to pull over their cars, to come out their cars if they so are willing to do that, and we will offer them prayer and comfort. Our youth are active in our prayer walks, our community events, paying tuition for orphans at an orphanage in Nairobi, Kenya. The most amazing thing happened. We visioned our Abundant Life Family Resource Center. We want to build this and attach it to the church. We want something that the community can feel free to come in. If it's not the doors of the sanctuary, that this is a place where families can come, where teens, youth can come, and they can get legal help, they can get medical help, they can get counseling. Wherever you're from in the world, we want this to be a place where families can come and build. And this was something that was visioned at the leadership community. This whole process has created for us a whole new church. For us, it took several years, but at the right time, the leadership community came about and we were able to evolve even more and transform even more. People know why we're here and they care and they really are glad that we're here, and that's important to us. We've been there. We've been at the bottom, looking up and seeing more darkness at the top. And we finally got to a place where it wasn't just a light at the end of the tunnel. We came into the light, but we're not going to stop. And I really want to encourage other churches to be hopeful that God is still doing something. He's up to something, and He's going to see it through if we stay with Him.